So, Varun, if you just want to say something so they can let us know whether they can hear you.
Hi everyone, can you hear me?
Can you hear Varun? Just waiting for the chat.
Yeah.
Can you hear Varun? You can hear
Yeah.
typing. You can hear Varun, yeah? Yeah, yeah, works, yeah.
Perfect.
Oh, fantastic. Right, let's try again. Okay, so this is the community-driven 4New AMA to squash some of the FUD and things like that in the chat and questions and misinformation. So let's start again. From the first question. Oh, this is Varun Datta, by the way, the founder of 4New. Can we get a status on the plants and the miners, please?
Right. So as I was stating before, the status on the plants is we had signed a LOI in April with the plants, these two plants, which is AVG Imperial Park and BioConstruct, one in Hartlepool, one in Middlesbrough. And we were in the due diligence period where everything was going fine, and until some people who started emailing environmental agencies. I don't know whether they were from the community itself before, or we've got a haters group on our Facebook who've made a group called 4New Now What. So a lot of emails landed where environmental agency every day started visiting the plants. And as I had mentioned this before in our price chat chart, I believe that please leave it alone. Do not email any agencies because this is a highly regulated field. We are in environment. And if we were to start from scratch to transfer the license of both these plants over to 4New first, we would have never been able to start the whole process in less than 6 to 8 months. Because that's how much time they take, because they do a due diligence on everyone who's involved in the operations, companies, and then they have to submit the reports again, which is a long procedure.
Uh-huh.
So to cut the story short, what's now happened is we are not allowed to operate the plants as 4New. So obviously, the plants will be operational by BioConstruct and AVG Imperial, which was already the case. So nothing has changed. But it's just that there's been more scrutiny on the plants than it was supposed to be.
So basically, have you got is it like a controlling share, and you've got the option to have more of that share within the plant?
Yes. So firstly, the plant has a debt for about 50 million GBP from before, which is by SQN Capital, which has been mentioned in the price chat groups and the normal chat groups many a times.
Right.
So since SQN Capital is a public company, you have to be very careful dealing with such companies because we are under strict NDA and confidentiality agreements with them. That's why when many people have actually emailed the plant owner, Donny, he's also replied saying that he's under NDA. And I want people to understand that I can't just go to a plant where Madeline can say, we are at this plant with the 4New, and then the plant manager showing us the whole site if he hadn't done any deal with them, right? It's impossible to do that stuff where we have their footage on our website, which we still do have. Right. And there was definitely a deal there, and we still are going ahead with that. But I would like to keep that a bit confidential, and all the people who understand business will definitely understand this, because this is under strict confidentiality, and some people have already tried to mess the deal up by emailing the environmental authorities, which has now a strict watch on the plants of what's going on.
At the end of the day, though, they're doing that, but it's to be expected that we're going to do that anyway because of the way things had happened in regards to information and things like that was delivered to the community. You're going to get people that are going to do that.
I agree with you, Memory, but what I would like to say to people is that they have to understand we've just completed the ICO on August 10th, right? Yeah. Today we are, 16th of October, right?
That's right, yeah.
To make things happen, it takes a bit of time. And when a person's in the ICO phase, his focus is marketing and getting more money into the company.
Right.
After you change the focus, people want me to do the accounts, people want me to do the whole plants, the whole mining setup, everything in just this much of time. Things happen. Every business get delays. Even major, big corporates get delayed. It's not for me to go and hire 100 people straight away because I'm just a startup, right? I need to put the costs in factor, everything in factor. I wish I had that much of money behind the whole project that we could have just gone full blown and hired 100 people who were doing job here and there. But things take time. So what we've done now is we've secured everything. Everything is fine. Still everything is in place. But I would request the community sincerely to please keep the trust in Phoneyoo project and do not involve the authorities by emailing them who can actually kind of delay the whole situation.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you there. It can delay the situation and things like that. But without firm evidence from you, then they're going to do things like that, aren't they? You know what I mean? It's
now, when it comes to firm evidence, I would like to speak here as well. People are asking me about Mirac Capital and stuff like that. Mirac Capital Group is where all the major money came from, is my and Saransh's friends and family,
okay.
Right?
Yeah.
That's where a major chunk of money's come from. If you actually check all the records, we haven't collected more than $1.3 to $1.4 million from the whole crowd sale, because rest of the money is all some token swaps. And then when the pitch was going forward, it has the matching bonuses available as well, showing that how much we had raised. So in all essence, if I have put, and my whole friends and family, and Saransh's whole friends and family have put major money onto it, we know what we're dealing with. Because sometimes I get this question, oh, you've taken 45 million from people and now you're not delivering. That's not the case, guys. I haven't taken 45 million from anyone. The maximum we've received is about 1.3 million. And we are still delivering the same amount and same things which we told the community we will, and we still stand by that.
Yep, you say you haven't taken 45 million or whatever like that, but then on ICO websites and like websites that grade ICOs based on their performance and that show that figure. You know what I mean? So they're going to ask you about that.
No, definitely. They can ask me about that, and I'm here to answer them. But when people come up with the question saying that you've taken 45 million from us and gone away, what I'm trying to make it is there's an institutional player which is sitting behind and backing us up. So if tomorrow anything goes wrong, the major loser is the institutional players, which it's almost ourselves, because it's our friends and families who we went and got the first money from.
Okay.
So we're definitely not there to cheat our friends and families if people think that's what we're trying to do. That's what my point is to clarify here. And in terms of plants, we are very much there. Everything is set. But please give it some time. Let the product prove for itself. Everyone's going to get paid in January, as said, none later than that. So there's no delay at our end.
All right. Next question. The Bitfury miners in Norway, does this mean you have not secured anything at all in terms of mining?
That's incorrect. So definitely the video which Sandeep did was from the Norway plant of Bitfury.
Yep.
And I said about these plants here in UK, you can understand that if I didn't have any kind of relationship with Bitfury, or because I can't very openly speak about that right now as well, as I'm under a strict NDA, because there's something which needs to come out from their side first, then my side. We wouldn't have been able to do that video and showcase it to everyone. We knew that obviously we've got a community of 26,000 people approximately, out of which anyone can just clearly send an email to Bitfury and saying Phoneyoo is promoting your video. So we definitely took some level of permissions from them and showcased. If you carefully actually listen to that video, what is Sandeep saying? He's saying these are the first set of Phoneyoo miners, right?
Yeah.
He didn't say the Phoneyoo miners are in UK, are in Norway, or wherever they are, or this is the site. He said these are the first set, and which is actually true, because those are the exact miners he took the video of, which are the Phoneyoo miners, which we've done a deal on.
So it's those exact miners. Are they going to be staying in that location to be used, or are they going to be moved? Are they?
They are, as we talk, they will be moving to UK. But since our models changed a bit because of not using Ant miners and using Bitfury equipment, Bitfury equipment is slightly different from Ant miners.
Yeah.
And it's a different type of setup when it comes to the whole electrical setup.
Right.
So we need transformers, which are a bit different from what we needed for ASICs Ant miners, right? So to run each black box, which is supplied by Bitfury, you need about one transformer, okay? And we're getting all that set up. You need heavy metal wires to set this up, because With miners, you've got this whole cooling in place. With Bitfury equipment, you don't need this cooling. That's the whole reason we've gone to Bitfury for the equipment, because with Antminers, the lead time was going ahead with the whole cooling system to get that in place. Because the containers to set them up and actually make them up and running was not possible before November end and December start. That's why we went ahead with Bitfury, where they had a plug-and-play system. And this is why Sandeep had gone down there to actually show people what the miners which belong to Fornew. And those were the actual miners. And to see all the setup with our electrical team, to see how they've actually set the whole thing up. So I don't know if a lot of people know this or not, that Norway plant which Sandeep went to is not just Bitfury's one of mining setups, but that's one of their manufacturing setups for EU as well.
Right, okay. So that's going to be, that site over there is going to be decommissioned and moved to the UK, is that right?
Not the whole site, because that's a massive site. That's about 40 megawatts worth of mining equipment. So
okay.
we will...
Oh, we lost you slightly there.
From us. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
I said we'll be receiving eight black boxes from Bitfury, which is worth 10 megawatts worth of mining equipment.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Back in the day, I remember there was like a Chinese man that was saying that he was offering some miners, and you were going to do a deal with him.
Not saying that. There was a video which I actually showed to you guys saying that these are our miners, which were actually also our miners, but now the whole model changed, because when we came closer to getting the miners into UK and when they were about to get shipped from China, the whole issue which we were facing was on the PSUs, not on the Ant miners, right? On the power supply unit which you need to actually put in with the miners.
Yeah.
They are costing heavy amount of duty on that in UK if it's coming not from EU. If it's coming from a non-EU country, they charge you a heavy amount of duty on that, which was just killing the whole budget. And also the timeline on the whole containers was getting increased, because no company was able to provide us that quick. The only company which we found was a company called NZEC, which was able to provide us, but then still the timing was about 6 to 8 weeks to get all the containers completed. And that's the we went to Bitfury and approached them for these equipments.
So all these Ant miners that were on the back of this truck on this video that you posted, those were cancelled?
Yes, those had to be end moment cancelled, and obviously I lost a fair bit of money in that as well. But there was no option, because if I had to get them in, I wouldn't have been able to start this whole project by December end.
Right. Well, it's a good job you cancelled those miners, because if they'd have turned a corner, they'd have just fell off the truck. By the looks of the video, you know, they were just thrown on the truck. So
that's how China works.
It's just people were really concerned about that, and rightly so. So yeah, I'm glad that you've cancelled those and moving to Bitfury. But
I'll say this, I'll get this in bit. Like, I didn't even know about Bitfury, guys, to be honest. I was just visiting a friend of mine. He said, Varun, what are you doing these days? Because I met him after a couple of years. I told him I'm into crypto a bit. So he told me to talk to these guys. They want to do something. Right. That's how Bitfury connected, right? And obviously I'm under strict NDA. I would have loved to say so much stuff about them and even say what we are trying to do and achieve together is quite big. So where I've done this partnership, it's going to be a very fruitful partnership, which people will realize very soon when something goes out in public domain from their end and not our end, because I can do a press release tomorrow, but that's not as credible as Bitfury doing a press release about Fornew and them.
Yeah. But basically, I mean, I've been in the Fornew chat for the official chat for a long time, since probably from the start, somewhere like that. And, you know, we've had information saying that we've had miners ordered. This was like in June. And then we heard nothing from it, and then obviously we got this video after last month with these miners that are going to fall off the truck. And
September, and I think it was September mid sometime. I won't remember off my head exactly when I posted that video.
All right. Okay. Yeah. Well, you know what I mean.
See, we've been working with different parties. I'll be very honest, right? When it came to mining, this was not something which I've always done in my life, right? So we were working with the different parties. We got different quotes from different people. And when you're setting the whole thing up firmly with them, things change. You tend to do the best deal which you can for your company. And I believe all of us would try to do that. When someone's offering me, say, mining equipment for 12 million, and if I could get that for 9 million, or then someone offered me for 8 million and the same equipment with same every specifications, I think you would rather go with the cheapest option there if it's the same product. Okay. That's what I was trying to do all this time, trying to save the money as much as I could.
All right. LP Tahura, no, I don't want to have a fart. Maybe later, but not at the moment. Okay. Based on the latest updates, the mining hasn't started in the UK. The payouts will be paid as promised. Oh, you've already said that, so we're not going to go on that question. You've already done that one. As 4New is apparently planning to use third party for mining, that would mean selling electricity to the UK grid, at least for the 2 plants already in place. Will 4New benefit export feed-in tariff for electricity sold to the UK grid, and even generation feed-in tariff for the case where 4New will use all its electricity produced to supply its own mining rigs without having to sell to the grid?
Not the case, so we won't be selling it to the national grid. We'll be very much using it for the mining, and I don't think that the rest of the answer is even required for that question because it's being totally used for our own mining facility.
Yeah. Okay. When will the mining start exactly? Do you know? Has it started already? And if not, how people who are staking will get income? And is that just income from the grid in January? Or are they still going to get that 30 cents or whatever it is?
What has been promised to you as 30 cents, okay? Mining, we already have a control over the mining wherever the mining is right now as well. So we are currently mining, but there would be a few days off where we won't be mining. But whatever that comes to, but still people will be getting paid the full 30 cents as promised to them per annum, per kilowatt.
Okay. Now,
kilowatts, it's every 2 kilowatts, I believe, yeah.
No, you're saying this is not on the sheet. Sorry, I'm just asking this question. You're saying this 30 cents now.
It's 30 cents. No, it's actually I think 14.5 or 15 cents per kilowatt. But obviously, since after the 1 kilowatts become 2 kilowatts, so that's how it comes to 30 cents, right?
That's right. And but like. Let's say there's 100 people mining with, and they've staked all of their tokens, yeah.
Right.
But then they're not utilizing all of the miners that you have got. What happens to the rest? And also, why wouldn't I've seen other projects where the rest of the mining power gets spread over the rest of the tokens that are staked, meaning more power for those tokens. Why are the tokens just staying the same price?
Yeah, I got your point. In our case, that wouldn't be a possibility at all, because if you see what 10 megawatt worth of mining equipment gets you, right, it doesn't get you more than 1.6, 1.7 million in every quarter, right?
Right.
And if you see that already about 18 million plus tokens have been staked. So if you do the math, that number comes to about 1.2, 1.3 million anyways, which has to be given due to the token holders back. Now, whatever money you got to understand is being left over, the company needs that money, because I'm not here to work for free. Madeline's not here to work for free. Everyone needs to get paid for our company as well. Apart from that, we need this money, which is going to be left, if it is any, because if more tokens get staked, maybe I don't get any money, right? But whatever money which gets saved has to go towards other projects. That's how we're going to increase the company, because every time we can't just keep investing capital from our pocket or keep borrowing money from people. So that was the whole project, as I mentioned before as well. So whatever the money is left as the mining increases is going to be used towards putting the other plants up in near future.
Okay. And obviously more plants is going to be more than 30 cents a token, yeah?
Yeah, I mean, definitely, because that's what the whole model is. And the whole model is linked to now. So some questions I've seen on the sheet saying tomorrow, if the mining is not profitable, what happens? Will we get paid or not? See, this is all business, right? Like, I mean, if tomorrow Bitcoin mining doesn't generate me any money and I've still put the plug on and for some time I have, I mean, there's nothing I can do about that personally because we are getting paid from the mining revenue. This has been clear from day one to all the community members who've invested in this, right?
Yeah.
Mining is not profit. Obviously, I can't shell money into my own pocket. Industry, it's not just alone for Fornew, right?
Yeah. Just give me a sec. My webcam is frozen.
It's not that cold yet.
It's just frozen. Okay, so add image. We're back, although I need to get this over the top. Sorry about this, guys. It's just my computer just stopped the webcam. We'll just have to leave it like that for now. Okay. Right. The next question, we don't actually need that. You've just answered that. You've answered the next one as well. Yeah, so why don't you just buy all the KWatts and stake them yourself if they're so cheap? You know, if you know you're going to get X amount of return on the KWatts, why don't you and your team just buy them?
I would have loved to do that if they weren't widely available on the exchanges, to be honest. And even if you calculate the amount of KWatts which is available on the exchange, because I've done this maths when I read this question yesterday, it doesn't add up. And people have already staked more than 80 million worth of KWatts, so I cannot technically buy all the KWatts. But if, yes, you all want to sell the KWatts, please write to us, and I'll be more than willing to do that.
Really?
Yeah, 100%.
All right, I'll hold you to that. Income, hold on. What, oh yeah. Income and free electricity create an eternal cycle. Is that a question? Oh, sorry. That's the same question. Sorry, it's on a different sheet. Can you explain in detail the dynamic between the mining hardware, the plants, and how revenue is generated? We've done that one. How does the geography affect the outcome? For example, if the miners were based in Norway and the power plant's based in the UK, well, that's not going to happen, so we're not going to do that one. Are the miners you showed being loaded on a truck installed yet? We're not going to do that one. You've answered that. Are the expansion plans for the next plant, St. Lucia and Puerto Rico, still moving ahead?
Very much, yes. St. Lucia is going to be the next plant. The discussions are very much moving forward, and we should be able to finalize the contracts with the government by December 1st, second week.
Okay. Were the miners not already purchased?
Again, kind of similar question.
Yeah. What country are the mining rigs located? We've done that.
Yeah.
Looks weatherproof. It's got a roof on the miners. A little bit of a rain roof or something. The next one's Fornew owning the power plants. We know that.
Yeah, that's one mining. It's quite same questions every time.
Yeah. Okay, we've done the Mercury mining rigs. Will you provide the address the mining rigs send to so supporters can...
Definitely.
So you will be...
You're breaking up.
I'm breaking up.
You're breaking up a bit, yeah, but I can hear you. I got that question. Yes, definitely we will be providing the address. I'll have a live feed on the website with live cameras on once the mining goes live in UK here, which is you can something expect second, third week of November. It's going to be, and obviously what we can do is like Memory Mills, you're based out of here, and a few members who belong to the community, we can take you to the site as well and do a site visit so you guys can confirm to the community that the mining is there and installed.
All right, you can come and collect me in your Lambo.
I've called the Lambo.
All right. Mining has begun, so that's the next question. So partially at the Norway site, a small amount of mining is actually happening right now.
Yep.
The next question is in regards to mining, and if not, how can we stake now? Well, that's answered because you can stake and you can earn from your mining. How are you going to use the free electricity generated by 2 UK power plants if your mining equipment is located out? No, we've done that. Are the 2 UK plants on track to be running capacity in Q1 2019, i.e. are we on track to meet staking payments in January? Now, you're saying we're on track to meet staking payments in January. Are the UK plants on track to be running to capacity?
100% they are, yeah.
Yeah. You know the plants that you've got. How much space have you got left to expand into those plants to fill up your your bandwidth of megawatts?
You won't be able to expand on these plants. These 2 plants are not expandable in size because
I'm on about obviously you've got like a percentage share of the electricity that is generated by those plants. Is it possible that you can give them more money and buy more of a percentage within those plants before you look at other plants?
No. So basically the plants, the maximum they provide is 10 megawatts worth of electricity, right? Because that's their maximum capacity. And that's what I'm giving you guys already with the mining rigs in the UK.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Puerto Rico plants and things,
definitely.
And St. Lucia, are those places going to have miners as well, or is that just to supply electricity to the government?
It will be miners on all the models where we go with the plants. But yeah, those plants are going to be expandable plants because we are getting the land from the government and we are actually taking an extra bit of the land for the same purpose that tomorrow if we have to expand the output capacity of the plants, we very much can rather than setting up a new plant.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
The website states construction on the 2 UK sites began in December 2014 with expectation of running to capacity by Q1 2019. What is the time frame for Plant 3? So why is the time frame for Plant 3 so much shorter?
So the plant, each plant to build up, it takes about 12 to 18 months. These were the plants we've taken over from someone, so we don't know that why they've taken so long to build up. Maybe it was the funding problem. Maybe it was the company who built from them took a longer time. But the company we've been in terms with out of both Norway and Slovenia, they're quite robust company, and whatever projects they've delivered in the past, it's not been more than 18 months they took to install a 5 megawatt plant. And even if you want to increase it to say 10 megawatts, it's going to be still the same time because it's the same engineering which is involved in the same infrastructure.
All right. This one's not on the sheet, but a while ago when I was in the chats, there was power plants Driffield and another one as well, Sheffield, I think it was.
Yeah, that's right.
What's happening with those?
So
because all of a sudden it was Hartlepool and the other one, whatever it was.
That was all done in the essence to make this project work faster and quicker and to deliver to people before. Because if it was an empty site, if you remember, which was the case in Jan/Feb Memory Mills, then today we would have still been building those plants, right? Like nothing would have been done.
Yeah, right. So are those sites still on your books as possible locations, or are they just forgotten about right now?
No, there's still a possible JV options which we have with those parties which are open, but we're not having anything of going that start right now because our full focus is on St. Lucia, where we've been getting provided some incentives by the government to set up the plant up there, And it's much needed because I didn't do this whole project just for money, but bit for a social cause as well. And St. Lucia really needs those waste to energy plants set up there. And where government's being a helping hand, it'll just make the whole thing go much faster in terms of the permits, in terms of granting the land, etc.
Okay. Oh, he's gone.
It just went off.
He's coming back, guys.
Yeah, sorry.
Here he is. Yeah. Okay, so how many people are employed at each of the two sites that you have right now? Obviously, they have their own management staff, do they?
They have their own management. Every operation is done by them, but I can answer the question. It's approximately 18 to 20 people each site.
18 to 20 people. And how many people will be in charge of your mining facilities when they are operational?
Right, so mining, the deal which we're doing with Bitfury is we'll just need about one person there all the time from a technical side. The rest, there's like a kind of AMC package, which Bitfury is providing us, which they're going to cost us obviously for that. But their technicians and everyone's going to be there for a phone call if something major happens and something goes down.
Yeah, just turn it off and back on again. Usually. The shift of sites first was secured, then was not secured. Now it is just a letter of intent. Any explanation for this?
It was never said not secured. I don't know where that word's coming in from. The word always which has been used has been secure. And to secure generally starts from an LOI. And that's what I was allowed to share to most of you. And the rest of the documents are very secret and confidential, which can't be shared in public.
Right, okay. So, about to see what people say about that one. But I don't know what that noise was then, but that was loud. Okay, the wallet of the supposed marketers sold FRNC during the ICO. Now, I've seen this wallet personally, and this wallet was described to us as a marketing wallet, but we can see it was sold during, there was tokens sold during the ICO, which would lead us to believe it was a team wallet. So, can you explain about that?
There was this guy called Jason BTO, who I've actually recently posted some screenshots about as well. And the coins, so he was the one who basically got all the marketers, right?
The MLM guys, yeah?
Oh, no. MLM guys, so I don't know how you call these guys MLM guys. Like, for example, Jason Stone's not an MLM guy. And, I mean, Cody Spurber is not an MLM guy. So I don't know how we call them MLM guys. But
we're about Ari and whatever he's the other guy.
I've seen them promoting products, but I don't know if I could say that MLM guys, because MLM is quite different to that. But all I would say is that Jason BTO was the guy who connected us to the marketers. And then in exchange, he requested a fair amount of tokens, which was given out to him. But we weren't in this whole scene to know that he was selling the tokens until there's a guy called Vitali, who's still in our chat group. He had actually bought tokens of Jason BTO, which thing later came out once the ICO was completed as the tokens value went down drastically. So I think that's when he got concerned and he spoke to some of the other marketers who then informed me that the tokens were being sold while in the ICO mode. So that was completely against the company's policy. And we have taken legal steps against that, but unfortunately law takes its own time. But yes, definitely, I'm in as much as hatred as almost you guys must be against that person. And,
yeah. I have to be neutral. I have to be neutral right now. But yeah, the MLM guys, I know you don't like me to call them MLM guys, but they are MLM guys. And but in terms of your ICO, when they were on board, they only had one level of bonus on the levels, if you know what I mean. That's the way you did it. So it wasn't actually multi-level marketing, but the actual marketers are classed as MLM marketers, judging by their past projects.
Oh.
Okay. Can you explain the screenshots of conversation with Jason BTO made reference to him keeping his mouth shut about Saransh? Saransh has been radio silent for a long time on Telegram after being a formerly regular participant. And my last interview was actually with Saransh. So can you elaborate what's happening with that?
The only thing is, Saransh, as I'd mentioned to you guys in I think AMA before I had AMA before this one, I had, like, after the ICO ended, I had an AMA then as well. And Saransh is not well, which he's going through a disease, which I don't want to say in public because it's a personal matter, right? And that's what this guy knows, which he's trying to kind of blackmail me after each time he gets drunk and he tries to call me. And this time I had enough, and I wanted to share it with the community so people know what's going on. And that's what the screenshot's all about.
So basically he knows what's up with Saransh, and he was just going to say, well, I'll tell the community, basically.
Yeah.
But why would he want to tell the community something like that?
Because it's extortion. Can't you see the screenshots? Because he's asking me for 3 million more coins. How am I supposed to even give him that? Yeah. ICO's finished.
All right. I think it just seems strange to me why he would use that against you. I mean, even if it came out, people would be saying, "Oh, I hope you get well" and everything like that. It just doesn't seem a valid reason why he would use that against you.
People would definitely think that, but it's again what I said, memory mills, and you and your team definitely, I would say openly on this interview, know what he's going through. I don't want to specifically describe the disease, right? Because it's someone's personal life, which I don't want to make public.
Yeah.
Which everyone has a right not to do. Okay. And if that guy do that, that's up to him. Like, Saransh took him as a friend, and that's why he knew he was with the end days when Saransh was actually going through the treatment to know when he was, and that's how I met this guy. And
okay.
I've just met this guy in, like, I would say July, when I went to see Saransh when I was in States.
Right. Okay. The website for Mirage Capital, of which Saransh is CEO, the major institutional investor in 4New, was recently taken down, and the Price Chat Group has received documentation relating to a personal bankruptcy also. I believe he's not actually away due to illness. Can you explain this?
So definitely the website's down, and I've informed Saransh's personal office regarding that, and they are trying to fix that. And secondly, where it says that there's a personal bankruptcy, definitely in US, there's a law where personal bankruptcy is quite different to a business bankruptcy. And I can't comment on anyone's personal bankruptcy, but definitely there's no business bankruptcy filed against Mirage Capital, or Mirage Capital's filed a business bankruptcy or got bankrupt, which clearly states the answer that Mirage Capital is all good to go, where the money came from.
So the original capital from Mirage Capital still secured by 4New.
That is right.
And have we lost any funding obtained by 4New?
Nothing at all.
Okay. Does
apart from some people taking chargebacks on their cards, etc.
Yeah. And I remember there was a PayPal thing that was going on as well when you were taking payments, and then you got that account blocked or something.
That's right.
Yeah. All right. Okay. So, does 4New have unrestricted access to and use of funds obtained by institutional investors and from ICO participants within the scope of generally expected business operations, i.e. no capital tied up in legal proceedings?
Yes, that is right. We have a full unrestricted access to the use of funds, even by the institutions and the ICO investors.
Okay. We all want to support 4New and help it grow, but frank explanations would be appreciated. Well, we're doing that, aren't we?
I'd like to say something to this question. I think it's a very valid question when someone asks me, right? So I would like to come here and speak to you guys on that. See, firstly, to start with, anyone who says that Saransh is not here, everything, Saransh has been from day one, if people see on the website, as an advisory board member. He's never been a part of the management team. Okay, so I wanted to mention that clearly, because if people understand what's the difference between management and advisory, they will definitely understand what scope of role. He enjoyed the business. He loved what we were doing, so he got more involved in the daily activities. right? While I was working behind the scenes, securing the plants, making sure that things can move faster, we as a team, because we are not just business partners in this project, we're business partners in almost everything which we do in one another's life. So definitely we had that bonding. That's how he was openly chatting with everyone in this community and make sure that he was helping me as a friend more than as a company's integral part. So he's always been on the advisory board from day one, and he's still on the advisory board. And yes, God willingly, he'll be fine soon, and he'll be back with us real soon as well.
Okay, we look forward to that. Did we already take legal actions against the MLM guys? I know you don't want us to call them MLM guys, but did we? And who breached their contracts and dumped tokens?
Any action against any MLM guy, firstly, to make it very clear, I've just taken action against one guy, who's Jason BTM.
Right. Why were MLM guys added to the roster in the first place? I'm under the impression that the people who were involved with it are responsible for the dumping price, along with people remaining in the chats who are trying to push their training and masterclasses on other people. I'm talking specifically in the price chat. You know who you are. That's what he says.
Yeah, I don't know. I just know that the guys who you refer as MLM guys, they are the ones really with the price, what are the latest updates, because see, they had their own little set of community which came and joined us. We should not forget that. So they are kind of responsible to being answerable to them, as well as they have been sending them messages and trying to get in touch with them for updates. So I would say they are pretty much still very much in touch with me and asking me the questions which mostly all the community members here are asking me on the sheet.
Okay. When will solid proof of contracts be provided, or will they be provided at any point at all?
I would say this once the mining is live, and as I said, that one of you, or like a few of you, 3-4 people can come visit the mining farm and see it's up and running. I don't think there's any contracts or anything required about after that.
Okay. Can Ted quit his job?
I wouldn't advise anyone to quit his job.
Ted has been the Fornew fanboy
I know.
since the dawn of dinosaurs, and he had an original prediction of I think it was $35 or $36 or something like that, and it was like $36 squad Fornew. Here we go. So can he quit his job or what?
Definitely, once we get to that thing, if he thinks it's a sufficient amount of money for him to quit his job, definitely he can. But why quit a job at such a age? Because I've seen his pictures. I think he's quite young, and he should be working for quite a few years now. But well, definitely, I'm not a financial advisor to anyone. I can't answer that question. But definitely, if you've got your hopes high on Fornew project, I'd say Ted, you're right on there. Stay there. And the right time's coming soon.
Well, you can answer that question because he's basing his Moon Lambo life on your calculator. So, yeah.
No, but I can't. It's not. If people know what the calculator is that what they're going to get? If they think that's sufficient for them to leave their job, that is. But for someone to ask me a question, can Ted quit his job? I'm not answering that question. I don't think I need to.
Okay, man. Okay. Can we see proof that 150 million tokens have been burnt? Well,
what kind of question is this, guys? You tell me.
The proof is in CoinMarketCap.
Exactly.
The only thing there's a bit of a question mark is every day I look at the circulating supply and it just keeps going up and up and up. So what's going on with that?
That's an API wallet, right? So if you remember, once we'd sold the tokens to people originally, it was just a normal setup. As people send out ethers and they get KWATs in that time FRNC in returns, right, to their respective wallets. But when we installed the whole new backend system on 3rd June, people could actually go through the backend and it used to connect through coin payments and people used to buy tokens, but their tokens were kept there at the backend wallet only, right? They were never released. So now when the ICO was completed, we had integrated a wallet which is integrated to that backend API, right? So if someone wants to has tokens in his backend wallet, and wants to withdraw his tokens and take them to exchanges, that's where the whole circulation supply increases.
All right. How much of the 150 million tokens are institutional?
75 million tokens are institutional.
75 million?
Yeah.
Okay, so there's another
20 million.
20 million on the back end that's still yet to be released. Is that what you're saying?
I think there's nothing more than 9.5 million there, because there are 20 million for founders and insiders also, right? Which is locked to 1 year. So that gets to 95 million. And then I think nothing more than 8, 9 million. That's the maximum which is left.
That's only the maximum that's left to be released. And also, how long? Obviously, you've got institutional investors, and the 75 million that is locked up with that. How long is that locked up for?
That's locked up for 1 year since the ICO was closed. So August 9th of August 2019.
Okay, and these institutional investors, they obviously had these tokens at the time when it was a couple of dollars or something like that. Have you had any nasty calls saying what's going on with the price?
So let me explain you what that is. As I explained you, that's mine and Saransh's friends and family round of money, right? What has happened there is we've taken money from them on fixed returns, whatever that might be, that Merak has offered him, and Merak is actually doing the best that Merak can to pay them back, which is ongoing process. So that has nothing to do with. Now Merak has independently come as an investor in this company and invested the money, right? That's where a lot of people need to understand why Saransh is sitting on an advisory and not a management, because it was a straight conflict if he was coming in Merak and putting in money, right?
Right.
So please understand this, that deal is totally separate. So the tokens, the 75 million tokens belong to Merak Capital Group, which are locked. Now, whatever Merak wants to do after 1 year is completely up to them. But definitely, once those, after 1 year, the tokens get unlocked, they will also have the right to stake the tokens.
Right, okay. And is the wallet where those tokens are publicly available to view?
Pardon me?
Is the wallet where that 75 million tokens are from Merak Capital publicly available to view?
It is the first wallet, which is the highest wallet on the blockchain. Again, as you said, CoinMarketCap will answer all that.
Okay, that's fantastic. Okay, the next question is a little brutal, so I'll just read it out. With the recent mining video, your team has been caught outright lying to your community and investors. Now you expect us to stay in the dark calmly and believe that payments will still happen as promised. I hope you can understand why this gives us anxiety. How do you plan to rebuild trust with the community? This is one way of doing it. Yeah, carry on.
Yeah, no, straight up answer this question. So firstly, no one's lied, saying, as I said, if you all have that video still with you, you can please go and replay that video and say what Sandeep has said. He's never said that it's our site or this. He's just said these are the first view or pictures of 4 new mining equipment. That's what he said. And when it comes to belief, as Memory Mill said, this is the way I'm still here, having an AMA with you and answering all your queries. That's the biggest trust I can give you. If I was to go, I would have been gone by now. I would have been sitting here talking to 26,000 people almost on and on every day. I think I've seen a lot of ICOs. I've never seen anyone so much active as a founder in the whole crypto space till now.
Right. Okay, Saransh Sharma founded, but he didn't found 4new, did he? He was the president. Well, it says he founded it. Anyway, while he engaged in negotiations with Sahara for a $2 billion deal through Merak Capital reportedly invested from 25 to 40 million to fund 4new. Now that the deal with Sahara did not go through on February, and Saransh Sharma declared bankruptcy recently, does this affect in any way to 4new? And does 4new still handle the institutional investment, or given that Merak Capital is no longer headed by Saransh, may have the funds withdrawn?
Now, I would ask this guy who's placed this question to please go and do his homework first. Firstly, Saransh's deal with Sahara, which was a $2 billion deal, was back in 2014. 4New was only founded in 2017. Sorry, 2017. And Mirac Capital invested the money, which is right. Now the deal didn't go through. The deal didn't go through, but if you also read the media out there, Saransh Sharma sued Sahara for $400 million worth of lawsuit, which was settled outside the courts, undisclosed. So that is there, and I don't know why it says Saransh is no longer headed. Mirac Capital is no longer headed by Saransh Sharma. It's still headed by Saransh Sharma.
Okay, bit of a rehash on a previous question. Does Darren and Ari have anything to do with Jason, and what exactly as well, if so?
No, if they know each other as marketers, that's it. Other than that, I don't think they have anything to do with Jason Bhatia.
Did Jason introduce them?
I don't think Jason introduced them directly. There was another person involved who introduced these Darren and Ari to us.
Okay. When will we get our 100% bonus as promised?
I'd say 99% of people have already got their 100% bonus.
The people from you.
Pardon me?
There was people that had KWatts in Mew that were originally purchased in the original aspect of the ICO.
Oh, that's what I'm saying. More than 99% of them also have been paid. But now people, whoever have this problem in chat, or even to look in the main chat, we kind of look into it, and if they're able to provide us with the proofs that they made payments, we definitely release the coins to them there and then.
All right, and that's anybody before, I think it was June the 13th.
I think.
Say that again, sorry?
I think it was before 8th of June.
Anybody before the 8th of June who had KWatts in Mew can prove they purchased with a transaction ID are entitled to 100% bonus, correct?
That's right.
Okay. And the tokens are set aside for something like that, yeah?
Definitely.
Okay. Do you plan on getting Coin Market Cap circulating supply updated with the locked tokens?
Yeah, updated. I don't know why that question is there. It's already updated.
It's already there. It's going up every day. Do you plan on getting listed on more or bigger exchanges?
We definitely do plan to get listed on bigger exchanges, but that is not my priority right now. My priority is to deliver the mining, get the first set of payments out, and that's when I'm going to think about any other exchanges.
Okay. Is a buyback of tokens from exchanges planned?
Maybe we are still doing that.
Okay. KWatt price today is 4 cents or below. If I spend $1,000, I'll get around 24,000 KWatts. It's been told us that we will be paid 31 cents per KWatts every year, which would give me, with 24,000 KWatts, $7,440 a year, or $1,860 a quarter. That's almost 200% in profit in 3 months. Is it too good to be true?
It is definitely too good to be true, but the model was not designed keeping in mind that KWatt price is going to be 4 cents. It was kept in mind that KWatt price is going to be $2. So if you do the calculation that way, I don't think profit's going to be that much. But yes, this chart is quite accurate, and that's where you're going to get paid.
So 31 cents a KWatt would give him $7,440 a year.
Whatever's on I'm not in front of the website, whatever the calculations on the website says, they're totally accurate.
Okay. We might get a price rise now or something. Assuming I have 1,000 KWatts, I'd like to understand how many Bitcoin or ETH you can mine quarterly using my KWatts.
It's a bit of a technical question. I'll give you a write-up for that later, Memory Worlds, and then you can just post that there.
Yeah, all right. We'll post that into the...
This would change every day because price for BTC, ETH changes every day. So I don't want to... Anyone who's asked that question and is just listening to that, I can give you maybe a price for, say, today or tomorrow when I set this question up for you.
But you say price of BTC and everything changes every day. But if you're saying 31 cents a KWatt, then it's surely a fixed price for now.
Yeah, that's what. But read the question. He's asked me how many BTC or ETH can you mine quarterly? You
Right.
know the mining graph changes every day.
Yeah.
So how can I answer that question? That's what I said. I'll answer the question based on if I do it today or tomorrow. Is live mining difficulty level, but obviously it can increase time to time.
All right. Are you anticipating anything less than the 7.5 cent payment per token in January and moving forward?
Not at all.
No, not at all. Will the team look to list KWAT in direct fiat pairs?
Yes, and we're talking to a few exchanges, but as I said, that's not my priority right now.
Yeah. Obviously, it's fixed to ETH at the moment, and that's affecting a lot of different things as well. Can you really guarantee the payout of 31% per token? What if you go bankrupt or lose the right to use the plants for whatever reason? What will happen to everybody else then?
I mean, firstly, I'm not going bankrupt because of Fornew, not even anywhere close to that. So yeah, and secondly, you're not losing rights to anything. Please stay positive. Definitely, you'll get paid whatever's been promised, which is 31 cent per token.
Right. Okay.
Now, let me just rephrase that. 31 cent is not per token, guys. 31 cent is per 2 kilowatts, right? So this question's like 31 cent per token. So I'm just clarifying.
Yeah.
It's not cent per token. It's technically 15.5 cent per token.
Okay. So, but that was based on 300 million, wasn't it? And then you did the 150 million burn, which then gave it 2 kilowatts. Yeah.
Yeah, that's why it became 31 cents.
Right. That's fine. What's up with the staking chart? Is it correct?
I've answered that before. Yes, it's definitely correct. Whatever you see on the website now is fully updated information.
All right. With the current state of Bitcoin mining is not that profitable anymore, how will you ensure that the people who stake KWatts will get their quarterly payment of 7.5 cent per kilowatt?
We've actually done the maths of Bitcoin being at $5,500, which it's still not at, and we've seen the difficulty levels and done all those graphs ourselves, and that's how we've come to this, that we can afford to.
Yeah, I mine as well, and Bitcoin's not profitable anymore for, say, home mining or anything like that. But if you've got the model that you've got with waste to energy, then it shouldn't be an issue. Will the stake tokens be paid out in BTC corresponding to the USD amount and converted to BTC at the time of payout, or what appears on the dashboard is the actual payout of Bitcoin? And one more thing as well, alongside those staking estimated returns, you've got like KWatts at the top, then you've got Bitcoin and Ethereum. Now it says "or" in between them, so you know, from where we're sitting right now, you could just pay people KWatts, and it would be nowhere near worth what.
I would say there's no KWatts now. I think you need to clear your cache before you see that.
All right.
It was there removed 100%.
Okay, so it's just going to be BTC, Ethereum, or Cash.
It can't be Cash. It's going to be only BTC or ETH. But we show people because we've pegged it to the dollar, right? So we've pegged it to 31 cents in dollar. And that's why we're showing people that how much that is. So each day, if you see BTC and ETH will change, but the dollar is going to stay the same.
So the KWatts that are on the projected staking returns, that's based on the actual value of the KWatt that you would get.
So I don't know where you see KWatts, because I noticed there before when people were seeing KWatts or USD or BTC or ETH, but now people only see USD, BTC or ETH.
Right. Okay. No problem. KWatts is an ERC20 token. ERC20 tokens are not stakeable. They do not require staking and cannot be staked as no transactions are being verified. So what exactly are the tokens being used for in this staking process? I think that's just a bit of a question where someone doesn't understand the situation with the tokens and how it works. Basically, you submit your transaction ID, it gets verified at the back end how many KWatts you have staked, linked to your account, and that's all. That's how it works. It's not exactly staking in terms of gaining more of that token in terms of what mining would be like. It's just staking a fixed supply of tokens. Can we please set up a guarantee of either insurance of our KWatts or at least our bottom line figure? Meaning if I spend 10,000, that I get back 10,000 plus any increase of investment over time, or we get back the exact amount of KWatts or the ETH equivalent of what we could buy back everything with no issues if something happens to our KWatts or the company during staking. So this person wants in some kind of insurance and security for staking his KWatts.
I mean, I don't know how to answer this question. If you've got some insurance company in mind which does that, please refer it to me and we'll definitely look into this.
Yeah. Okay. I think they're just worried because obviously before staking they've got like a tradable value, and when they're staking they're locked up, and they're just a bit worried that if everything was to go tits up, then they wouldn't be able to gain access to it to trade it on the exchange or something like that.
If people had staked, and what if they were trading their tokens? Then at least here we as a company are responsible and we are available. But each individual, if I would just let the KWatts be in their wallets, and then maybe they put the option of staking, and then some people don't hold these KWatts. But facing this problem still, because people put wrong TX IDs, they don't have that much amount of KWatts with them, still trying to stake, and then they say that our requests are not being processed. It's not happening. I think it's just about people not doing it the right way.
All right. It would appear that the stake chart has changed dramatically since the ICO. Why is this?
Yes, there were some changes made in the staking chart, and that was when me and Madeline found out that there were some figures which was not correct, and we apologize for that. And now this is the very accurate staking chart, and the final one, which is only going to get updated as the plants get increased, nothing before that.
Are you hearing that, Ted? Are you hearing that? Right, okay, so is there a limit on the amount of coins being staked? Can it, like, obviously you've got X amount and X amount of megawatts. If 150 million were staked, would you still have enough megawatts
No.
and things to pay them all out?
Now we have 80 million kilowatts, and what are being staked is less, which is good for the company. But the day, obviously, as I say, the doors get open to institutional. That's why we fixed it that way, that by that time, we at least have another plant. So we can get to at least 120 million kilowatts, which can then circulate the whole supply in a proportional ratio.
Okay. And when that time comes, will you be staggering the release of those tokens in order to keep the market ripe?
See, there won't be a dump from that because, as I said to you, it's owned by Mirac Capital. We kind of have control over that. But yeah, definitely, they will also have to get shared with the whole mining revenue, because after all, they are the ones who put most of the money in, and they've been locked for 1 year.
Okay. If by 2020, Fornew has 5 plants and let's say 18 megawatts, this gets spread to the circulating supply of KWatts. Does this get spread to the circulating supply of KWatts? 1 KW can own 10 kilowatt an hour of power, for example.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, it will get spread to the circulating supply of KWatts. That's the whole model.
Okay. When the company tokens get unlocked, is there a plan? All at once, what happens to the KW?
I think you just asked.
Yeah, I'll just ask that, yeah. After 3 months, will staking payments happen automatically, or is there something we need to do?
Yeah, so we've just, I'm still finalizing the whole process, but yeah, we'll make it an automatic process. But we'll still require your MyEther wallet address or your Bitcoin address, where we'll be sending payments. So people can be just, as we get closer to that, I'll make sure that we've got enough window, about 20-25 days in advance. We send a newsletter out to people to tell them how to work this withdrawal feature out.
And if they didn't supply that and they were to get paid, they were, they were expecting to get some payment. Will you hold that?
You definitely have to hold. Because if I don't have an address where to send the payment, where am I supposed to send it to?
Okay. Will they have to wait until the next staking payout to do it if they're over the time limit?
So obviously their amount's going to be showing that this much, like it shows pending right now, it's going to be showing this much is pending. And once they put the withdrawal option out there saying that this is the, say, Bitcoin wallet address it's going to, press OK, and it's going to automatically send the payment over.
All right, fantastic. As long as things are progressing with power plants, mining, etc., can we continue to stake new coins we pick up 3, 6, 9 months from now? Can we just keep staking?
Definitely you can, yes.
Okay. Will there be auto restaking options so users can choose to automatically extend staking periods?
No. They will always have to select an option because, for example, you've done 3 months, you'll have to come back and do it again once those 3 months have gone.
Yeah, it's a bit, bit of a stupid example, like GoDaddy do with domains. You can you can have it renewed without actually messing with it.
Yeah, I know you can do that.
If you want to choose to do that, you can. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Anyway,
I'll look into that option for you guys. I'll keep it in my back.
I mean, it's a little bit pointless now because staking goes all the way up to, I think it's 60 months or something like that for you to choose. So if anybody wants to stake for that amount of time, then just stake for the maximum amount.
I understand because people weren't sure, so they want to first see test for 3 months, and if they get paid out, I'm sure 100% of them are actually staking it for 60 months then.
Right.
Yeah.
What are the next immediate steps for Fornew?
Next immediate steps are to get the whole mining set up in UK itself, and that's the immediate next step. And we've got big partnerships to announce very soon. And like to say that we were at the G20Y summit where we've got very good exposure, and we are one of the companies who has been re-invited next year. And now let me tell you about this summit. We didn't pay any money for that. We didn't pay any sponsorships. We were invited by that committee to actually come and attend that, where you see there are massive companies like Deutsche Bank, Zurich Insurance, all the major players were there. Like I would say we were the most, I think we were the only startup company which was there. So definitely if some people are selecting us to do that, they're seeing some vision in Fornew. And we've again been approached by many other partners as well, which we will be surely announcing in the coming few days. But my dedicated focus right now is just to get the mining started in UK, get a few of your community managers, community people to get with me and just visit the whole mining farm and satisfy yourself. So the community regains the trust with me and Fornew. Once that's done, all the progresses are going to be definitely being announced through the newsletters.
Okay. What countries are you prioritizing moving forward?
We're moving forward with St. Lucia, as I mentioned to you before. That's the first country.
Yeah.
And we'll be announcing this countries, a few more countries later, because right now what I have is St. Lucia on my hands.
Okay. Can we get any videos of this G20Y conference?
I'm not sure if we can get videos because they didn't allow anyone to record videos in there. And what I was seeing from their photographers, they were also clicking pictures. But yeah, if any videos get passed on to us, we'll definitely release them to you.
Okay. I'm assuming the project has to take some turns and change direction a few times. We understand that this can happen, but can you explain why the investors were kept in the dark and at times misinformed about key aspects? With the delay on the mining side of the project, how do you intend to keep your payout timelines?
So yes, I agree. Sometimes what's happened, the communication's not been dealt with in the right manner. And I apologize for that. But it's just that we are not such a big team yet. And wanting to keep the costs as low as possible so we don't have to put extra money out there. But yeah, we are on a hiring spree right now. And we are hiring a few more people, but sometimes people just want to hear from me because every time I see is at Varun. So
yeah, it's like a cult.
You can only be at one place at a time, but trying to do my best. And I still again apologize if there's something which has been misinformed and miscommunicated. Really apologize for that. And with the part of the other question. With the delay on the mining side of the project, no, there's no delay. You'll be paid in Jan as per your payments due. There's no delay on that end.
Okay. How will you likely celebrate 4New's anticipated first staking payout in January? Not only will it be a defining moment for 4New, a tangible culmination of many months of intensive planning and execution, but also the day the doubters are finally proven wrong. So what are we doing?
I mean, definitely that's for you guys to decide. Then obviously there's something due from you guys to me, right?
Yeah, okay. I'm sure the guys will plan something. Well, we need to have a. You need to take us for a ride on your yacht or something like that if you have one.
I don't own one yet, but the day I do, I will definitely.
Yeah, we definitely need a 4New yacht. If payment for staking in January does not happen for whatever reason, I've lost the cam again. Just give me a sec.
This has been the longest AMA ever.
I'm trying to get through it quickly. I've got to put the kids to bed shortly. Right. Okay, so if the payments don't happen in January, we have to wait till January to be notified. Oh, hold on. Let me just start that question again. Sorry about that. If payment for staking in January does not happen for whatever reason, are you going to let us know before our payment is due or after? Things happen, we get it. I'm just wanting to know if you will let us know before January that there is a problem, or will we have to wait till January to be notified that there is a problem in making the payment?
There is no problem I can foresee, and even if there is one, I will have to pay from my own pocket. I don't care. If I've given my word out to community, and it's my responsibility to make the payment. So there's no question of no.
Okay. Is Madeline going to do any more videos?
If you like to see Madeline that often, yes, I'll make sure she does one video.
Yeah, I think we all want to see more of Madeline.
Maybe I'll have her do this AMA next time.
All right, yeah, that's fine by me.
He's actually messaged me that, yeah, G20 actually has an official video. So when that comes out, I'll provide that video to you guys.
Okay. What other business models can be offered in the future?
Working on a few things. I was actually speaking to some companies today, and we'll soon have a Visa card linked to for KWatts. So people will be able to actually, if they have KWatts in their wallet, they can actually go and spend wherever they accept Visa cards. That is something soon I'm going to give to the community.
So you're saying a 4New Visa card?
Yeah.
Right. Okay. And are we going to see an app soon?
Yes, you will see an app soon. My devs are just finishing work on the withdrawal functionality first.
Yeah.
And after that, they straight get on the app. Yeah.
Will 4New be at any legal liability or risk from the UK government for failing to deliver what they have promised to deliver in their white paper?
Definitely. I think if someone is trying to mislead or misinform any of their investors, they'll definitely get into trouble, which we are not. So I don't foresee that coming.
Okay. Can we please have a newsletter like but very simple progress and achievement report weekly pinned on the main Telegram channel? Nothing fancy, but a simple feedback structure that shows where we are, where and how we are. Can be written in 15 to 20 minutes, I guess, so it should not be too much for a multi-million-dollar project. Thanks for all your hard work.
Yeah, that's appreciated, but it's just that to have this kind of a project and have weekly updates, you don't generally get weekly updates. But yeah, we'll try and cope up more and get you updates, whatever we have at our end, and which we think community should definitely be updated of. We'll try and communicate more often than which we're doing right now.
Yeah. I mean, I've seen a lot of other projects, successful projects and things like that, and they do generally give a weekly update.
Yeah.
No matter, even if it's the smallest little thing, you know, that's what the people want.
No, we have to work on that. We'll definitely.
Right. Okay, how does the company benefit from price increases? I thought the money was raised from token sale and is being used to buy mining equipment and power stations. Can someone explain why these raised funds need to be spent on advertising or sponsoring events, etc., such as Blockchain World Conference or Token Fest or something like that?
I think definitely any company which was during that time we were in an ICO phase, and as you see, all the ICOs mostly have a marketing budget set aside as in a percentage form of whatever the raise is, which technically goes towards that because it gets us more awareness, more we are more visible to the people in the market, which I think is needed for any project to grow.
Okay.
And just as an example, we were invited on G20 Summit. Why was that? I think maybe they've seen us somewhere, right?
Yeah.
So you get these little things. That's all you call all your marketing is kind of based on ROI. So it's on return on investment basis. So whatever moves we've made very calculated moves, and we haven't like gone on a crazy spree of spending on sponsorships. I think we've just done them very reasonably well.
All right. Are you doing any more blockchain events in the future?
Nothing as of now. We aren't doing any, and we're not dedicated doing blockchain events. But we have some opportunities come our way, which we think is a wise move for the company to be there and face the whole public. Then why not? We would look into it, and we've got small budget aside for that.
All right. Will the institutional investors miss out on all the mining revenues through the first year because their tokens are locked up? That's true, isn't it? Okay, are you planning to continue your marketing efforts? What is the plan to get the token holders increasing the value of the KWAT on the marketplace and create more value?
I'm sure once mining is seen by you guys, it's definitely going to go and to different heights. And once the first dividends pay out, first mining revenues paid out, it's going to be even at a different height. Yeah.
Okay, can we have the COO, tech lead, and mining officer to introduce themselves and explain the progress and future plans in a future video interview?
Definitely, I think I can organize that. But as of now, I know what the whole strategy is, being the founder and chairman of the company, which I've already shared in this interview. So if we say next month or by December, we have more updates to share with you and get the technical lead and the mining officer. Mining officer, in fact, definitely, that will be something when the mining goes live here. You will all having a live chat video with him. I'll organize for that for sure. But where I think for COO and tech lead, I don't think that's needed right now. And when I think it is needed, that's definitely going to be on for an interview.
I don't mind hosting that for you if you want. I can host that with a mining lead. That'd be pretty cool. Many have had an issue in regards to technical support. Something like disabling 2FA or checking a transaction can easily go unnoticed for a few days or weeks. Can we have better streamlined customer service system? PS, I'm waiting to have my 2FA reset so I can stake like the rest of you guys. Now, I've seen a lot of people in chat where they're saying that the support is just non-existent for things like that. So can that be improved in any way?
I've spoken to them this morning as well. It's just that if you'll see this, over the weekend it gets a bit of a more backlog because Saturday, Sunday, not all the people are working. So every Monday and Tuesday there's a bit of a backlog which gets cleared off. With 2FA, definitely, I don't know whose question is from, but if you reach out to our main admin chat and request them, they have an immediate access to our backend team, which can get that fixed. Otherwise, just DM me directly and I'll get that sorted.
Okay.
And definitely I'll work on the technical support side of things and I'll make sure they are more responsive.
Okay. What is your stance on new exchanges? Do you plan to accomplish a new partnership anytime soon? Well, you're not saying that there's anything. You're saying that there is going to be exchanges in the future, but not right now. You're concentrating on getting your, everything set up and whatever. Yeah, you've answered that.
Yeah.
How do 4New make their money? Is it profit from the mining or power from unstaked coins? So you've answered that. It's selling to the grid and the mining that partially of the miners that are in Norway at the moment are mining for 4New, and some of those units are due to be sent over to the UK. Will those containers be on the site of a power plant or will they be in another location? That's not on the sheet, mate. I'm just asking that myself.
Yeah, what is that question again?
Will, these containers in Norway, and you saying you've got say like there's some of those that are yours at the moment that you're using for mining, and they're going to be moved over to the UK. Where are they going to be moved to? Is it going to be at a power plant, or is it going to be at another location?
But due to these current circumstances, it's not going to be in a power plant, but it's going to be in UK, in a site in Newport. Okay, and but the electric's going to be used from the same plants. But yes, we will have this set up.
So are you going to set it up? Say like you've got the power plants in the UK, and that's going to be selling to the grid, and then you're going to get the money from that to send over to there to pay for the power for the miners. Is that how it's going to work?
It's a bit more technical than that, and it can go through a grid, but that's what it's been set up as. But yes, as to answer the question, it's not going to be set up on the power plants. It's going to be set up at a site in Newport. Address will be disclosed, and as I said before, I'll have 3 to 4 members from community who are based out of UK to come along and do a site visit and do the videos as much as they want.
Okay. Why aren't the independent audits completed?
See, this independent audits are we're filing for our account soon. So in next 1 month, you'll have everything updated on the company's house.
In 1 month, it'll be updated on company's house, yeah? Okay. Can you clarify on Metro Basa or Basa?
Where's that question?
It's not on there. It's just a new one that's come in.
I don't know myself. I've actually come back to the bank. I've spoken to the guy who's the personal banker out there, and he said that website which goes, because I have a live system on my login and computer, which works very well for me, and that's something which they're investigating internally, that how was that an error. But for us, it's all checked out and it's all true.
Okay. I would like to know which all wallets does 4New use today? Institutional investment wallet, company holding wallet, 4New dashboard wallet. Are those the top wallets on Etherscan?
Top 4 wallets. So one is the 75 million wallet, one is the 20 million wallet. I think one is the staking wallet, and after the wallet, which is after the staking wallet, is the API wallet. So these are the top 4 wallets.
Top 4 wallets, guys. Okay. People are staking by 4New wallet. Where are those tokens today? Which wallet ID? That's another question that you've just answered. We know the deposit address of MetaMask, but we don't understand which wallet. Yep, so top 4 wallets, guys. Will the Brexit be of any impact mining in Norway, FutureBiz, or 4New business, or for people getting paid in the EU?
Relevant question, because the mining is not going to be in Norway.
Yeah, but obviously, will Brexit affect anything towards?
I mean, a lot of people are speculating like any other businesses. I can't answer this question right now. Like, we'll have to see what happens then.
It affects me as well. Okay, does 4New communicate any income information to tax administration in investors' countries?
No, I don't think. Obviously, we've got all UK government will be reporting all our taxes and all of that stuff to them. Well, we'll be filing with the company house. But we are not able to do any tax administrations in each investor's country.
I suppose if you're going to be paying people from the staking in cryptocurrency, then it is up to those people to turn that into fiat in their own country and pay their own taxes for where they're based. Okay, what were some of the highlights and opportunities out of the G20Y experience?
Yeah, I mean, the highlights. So there was an energy committee. We spoke about different ideas. People really liked what we were doing, and they've actually kind of put a whole perspective together, which is soon going to be available on the G20 website. So guys, keep an eye out there, and you'll be able to look and see what we've done in these last 4 days at the G20 summit.
Fantastic. Okay, Sandeep's LinkedIn profile and company's house both state Sandeep is resigning in August 2018. Is Sandeep Golechha still CEO?
Sandeep Golechha is still very much the CEO. I hope the mining video proves that, because that was very recent. And he's not. He's just resigned as a director because earlier I wasn't a director on the company as I was traveling during the ICO phase. A lot of times I was out of the country.
So are you saying it's now changed to you?
Yeah, I'm the director of the company now.
Okay.
Earlier, Sandeep Kulechha was director, so he's just resigned as the director. That's it. He's very much the CEO of the company and a part of 4New.
Okay, and then Companies House will be updated with this in due course.
It is already updated. I am the director.
Okay, no problem. Companies House states Madeline Teasdale's appointment and resignation on the same day in August 2018. Is Madeline Teasdale a director?
Human error. It was a human error. It was hard to change to me, but it was just like a miscommunication. Someone in the office heard Madeline and just put her on by mistake. That's why she was taken off the same day and I was put there.
Okay. A great deal of emphasis has been placed on the marketing of 4New. When you click the LinkedIn link for the marketing PR person, Gabriella Katia Davis, her profile states she's a real estate agent in Miami, and there is no mention of 4New in her profile. Is Katia the person genuinely heading up all the marketing for 4New?
Gabriella Katie was helping us when we were doing the events in the US.
Yeah.
So we had a few events in the US. If you remember, we had the North American Bitcoin conference, then we had the Dallas conference, then we had the San Francisco conference. She was heading all of the marketing stuff there, but internally marketing was being looked by this guy before, what's his name, Barnaby Anderson, but now there is no such marketing director because all is being done between me and Madeline itself. And so Katie is part of 4New that way, but only when it comes to the tours around United States and it comes to marketing activities there.
Okay, Varun, that's the end of the questions for the sheet. I'm just going to quickly go through the chat and then we'll be done with it, and I'll bet you'd be glad of that. Okay. What is the purpose of staking my KWAT and how does it work? That's just a simple thing. I'm sure another user can answer that person. Ismail, you are leasing the power. Oh, Ted's already answered that. Okay, are you seeing the chat right now?
I can't see anything now.
Oh, right, okay. Don't worry about it. Did we have any new investors from the G20Y?
Too early to say that.
Too early to say, yeah. Will you allow me to meet you at the plant for a tour?
Yeah, definitely. One day. Why not?
How has mining begun? Well, we've explained that. Can mining output address be shared? So you're currently mining,
yes.
You're mining Bitcoin, so can you prove that the Bitcoin is being mined to the address?
That's something I'll have to look into, and I'll have to ask my technical people and get back.
Okay. Why post a video of Bitfury not saying it's Bitfury and create unnecessary FUD? It's just misinformation, as Varun has previously said, and it's going to be migrated over to the UK. What will happen to ETH move to proof of stake, and will LTC be added? Will you be mining LTC?
With these set of equipments, just so you guys know, we're just mining Bitcoin, not even ETH.
All right. Okay.
Yeah. So because Bitfury's equipment mostly mines Bitcoins.
Yeah, I think it's just because Saranj said there was possibility of mining a lot of other different coins with the ant miners, but you're actually using Bitfury miners now. So yeah, Bitcoin it is.
And if all of you do a bit of research on Bitfury, trust me, their miners are much better than E6.
I've already done my research on Bitfury, mate. Yeah, I can see that.
And their new product, which is what's that called? Clark. Yeah, the chip Clark.
Yeah, the Clark chip. Yeah.
Yeah, that's very advanced, and when we have the next set of miners come in, that's going to be the Clark chip, because right now on the Clark chip there was again a wait time.
Yeah.
And the other ones were available straight away, so we went for the other ones.
Okay. So how are the payout going to be delivered by an escrow company? No, it's going to be in cryptocurrency. If not, are there any insurance for investors if something goes wrong, like a hack or problem? So if you get hacked, what's going to happen? Basically.
Yeah, we speak with one of the insurance companies in regards with that, and we'll be soon employing them to take care of that bit.
So we're covered if there's a hack, yeah? Why cause the FUD and not be upfront about what was actually being filmed in terms of the miners?
There wasn't any FUD, to be honest. That's what I said. Go and clearly just listen to what Sandeep has said there. And it's not that we've said, oh, this is the 4 new plant, this is the mining going on. If I had to do that, trust me, there was many ways to manipulate that video and just show the mining bit of it and not show the background of it. So the intent was very much clear, but I think there's certain things not being communicated the right way, and I sincerely apologize for the same.
Okay. I deposited my KWAT successfully, but it's yet to reflect on my balance. May I know why? That's just like a back end question, really. How long will it take for state KWATs to reflect on the balance, on average?
I think it should be pretty instant because we've got enough time to work out on the withdrawals right now. So.
All right. No, you are not giving frank answers. I think you generally have been. Okay. Can you clarify a Metro bus? You've done that. Why hasn't the deposited KWAT reflection on the balance dashboard? What happens to my state KWAT if KYC isn't passed? Because I've tried countless number of times but still get rejected.
For that you have to contact the support. I can't do anything physically out here.
But if they've contacted the support and they're not getting any response for like a few days now, what are they to do?
Reach out to the admins on Telegram and they'll contact the support for you.
Okay. How can I cancel my staking and get my KWAT at my MU? There is no action when I click withdraw. Can you cancel staking once it's staked, basically?
No, that's not a possibility.
Okay, that answers that. When will the PR campaign start?
PR campaign's already on a few sites, but yeah, as full, we're speaking to the few PR agencies right now, and we'll be soon rolling out a new PR campaign, which should be. I need about 30 days for that, but yeah, we'll keep you updating through newsletters by then.
Okay, where are Darren Little and Ari? Why haven't we heard from them in quite a while?
Well, they're busy with their lives. I hear from them every second day, and they've been asking me updates as you guys have, and I think they've been sharing the same with their community.
Okay, are there any new partnerships?
There are a few partnerships. I think obviously there's one Airwire which has been a bit old now, but we've been on their platform, and I'm getting the partnership for the Visa 4 new card.
Yeah,
and which is just not going to be a card. It's going to be it's one of the first kind of things. It's a card as well, and as well it's a hard wallet, right? So it works as a Visa card and works as a hard wallet as well.
Right.
And we will be kind of just for ruining everything and getting delay in certain things. We'll be giving that out to people in our community as a gift for a goodwill gesture.
Okay. Do you have the St. Lucia team set already?
Yes, we very much have the whole team set up for St. Lucia.
Okay. Bruce Wayne wants to know if there is a Rolex.
Definitely, I think Bruce has invested quite enough in the company, and with the payouts, I'm definitely sure it's not a Rolex, but it's maybe a Richard Mille or a Patek Philippe.
Wasn't there like a BMW or Breitling or something like that? What was that? What was that about?
Which one?
Do you remember that there was like a BMW? It was on the
yeah, but those were never no one was able to raise that kind of money, so no one won any of those.
Right. No problem. No problem. Okay, are there any more questions, guys? Because time's getting on now, and I need to go and have something to eat. My wife's probably wondering what's happened to me. When Lambo, Varun? When Lambo?
Soon,
Lambo, guys. Soon. I think I'm going to get a Tesla anyway. I don't really want a Lambo. They're too plasticky.
We can't promote that, otherwise we'll also become one of those MLM guys.
Yeah, that is true. All right. Well, it seems like that is it. It has been fantastic to talk to you, Varun. I hope my questions, or the community's questions, haven't been too harsh.
Never.
I hope the community is now more confident in the way things are ahead. Ted Beard has just sent me a question. 20 tokens is 6,000 return? 20 token? 20? Are you, is this some of your Lambo talk again, Ted? 20 tokens? No, I don't know. We'll sort that out in the chat. Okay.
Price chat, yeah.
Okay, guys, this has been Memory Mills, and this is Varun Datta, founder of 4New. It has been a pleasure, and I'm going to be ending this stream now. Catch you all later, guys.
Thank you.